working on in the last 13 days, which is a fraction of FCT's thrust to improve FCT and its environs, impacting on surrounding neighbors from Nasarawa to Kaduna and all other neighbors of the FCT. As the roads open, so do efficient movement of people, goods, and services. On its part, one of the leading beneficiaries of this beautiful stretch of road is responsible for combating economic and financial crimes. They are the EFCC. They were here at the flag off. They are here at the commissioning less than a year later, and you can see their gates right behind us. They are very excited about this road. Please help me welcome the EFCC chairman, represented today by the secretary of the commission, Malam Muhammad Hassan Hamanjoda, to deliver his goodwill message.
Good afternoon, sirs. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Goodwill remarks by my executive chairman, Mr. Ola Olukoede, for the commissioning of EFCC Academy Access Road, Giri, Abuja. My assignment this morning is simple but significant. On behalf of the personnel and management of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, I wish to express our profound gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Minister of Federal Capital, Nelson Wike, CON, and the leadership of National Assembly for their role in actualizing the construction of this access road to the permanent site of the EFCC Academy. Upon my assumption of office as executive chairman, I prioritize the development of this site. However, the major challenge that confronted us was to assess the site. We were actually at a loss on how to navigate this challenge until the Honorable Minister of FCT, the man called Mr. Project, came to our rescue. He not only promised to construct the road, he delivered the road in record time. With this infrastructure, the development of this academy can now proceed. On completion, the EFCC Academy will be a center of excellence in financial crimes enforcement, training, and research. A cybercrime research center will also be domiciled in the academy. This road is not only provide vital access to the EFCC Academy, it will contribute to the training of officers who will sustain the momentum of fight against corruption in Nigeria and boost the economic and social activities in this corridor. Once again, congratulations to all Nigerians whose lives will be impacted by this road. I thank you all.
The goodwill message of the EFCC chair is delivered there by the secretary to the commission. The FCT administration came to our rescue. And who came to the FCT administration's rescue? Of course, His Excellency, Mr. President. This road is now done and they are ready to build a world-class facility here anytime soon. Your Excellency, what can possibly go wrong in a vote of thanks? A lot can, but we know that if one puts their mind to it, a vote of thanks can be a breeze. But it's not that simple to deliver. But therein lies the paradox. Something considered so simple can be a tough call. Let us then welcome a woman who makes the vote of thanks look so easy, but we know the effort she has put in and delivers it so eloquently. Please welcome the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood.
Thank you very much, Sanchi Jr. the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON, the Chairman, Senate Committee on FCT, Distinguished Senator Ibrahim Bumai, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Area Council and Ancillary Matters, Distinguished Senator Jumkuta, His Excellency, Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Yelsu Wike, CON, Alive Venture, Mr. Project, all members of the National Assembly that are here present, the former and the serving, all members of the Federal Executive Council that are here, former governors that are here with us, the Chairman, Economic and Financial Crime Commission, ably represented by the Secretary of the Commission. I greet all dignitaries and also distinguished personalities that are here with us. Permit me to appreciate everyone that has come today to celebrate with us another significant milestone. That's the official commissioning of the newly constructed access road in Giri district of Abuja. I wish to appreciate His Excellency, Mr. President, whose renewed hope agenda has been transforming the national capital and also the capital as the nation as a whole. This project that we are witnessing the commissioning today marks yet another shining example of the administration commitment to infrastructure development, more connectivity, and also inclusive growth. I must commend His Excellency, Mr. Project, our dynamic Honorable Minister of FCT, for his visionary leadership and tireless effort in bringing all projects to a conclusion. We say thank you, Mr. Project, sir. We really appreciate you. For the leadership of the National Assembly, both Senate and the Green Chamber, your support and also your guidance could never be overemphasized. We say thank you for all your support that you've given us to the FCT and the nation at large. For the people of Giri, we congratulate you for being the beneficiaries of this dividend of democracy. And we also appreciate you for always being patient, understanding, and very, very cooperative when it comes to the construction throughout the period. We say thank you to you all. I will specifically appreciate our friends, especially the friends and associates of His Excellency Barrister Yelsu Wike, for always being behind us, for always supporting us, and also giving us words of encouragement. We say thank you for your support and also celebrating with us at any time of the day. For the engineers, the team, the technical team, as always, we appreciate your dedication and hard work, and we say keep it up. At this moment, I will once again say thank you to everyone that have come and celebrate this auspicious achievement under the able leadership of Barrister Yelsu Wike for the midterm anniversary of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I say thank you. May God bless all of us. Thank you very much.
Let us give another clap to the Honorable Minister of State for that.
Dr. Maria, tell me something. If I follow this a wicked, no follow corner. Dr. Maria, tell me something.
Thank you very much indeed. Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably represented by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Excellencies, distinguished invited guests. The scenic beauty around here is breathtaking. The hills, the ambience, everything is fresh and welcoming. And like you already heard, right opposite where we are seated, the beneficiaries of this project, the site for the EFCC Academy. I've often wondered how the FCT minister charts these projects, but we all know that he works with a team that have institutional history and institutional memory. And being a detailed person himself, has together with that team worked on what is most impactful to communities, what is the yield, who are the beneficiaries, and how it fits into Mr. President's renewed hope agenda. The FCT minister, Ezenwoye Somwike, understands the adage of the broom. One strand cannot sweep a room. One cannot sweep a room. He also understands how powerful the umbrella is, covering everybody and ensuring that everybody is under it. The entire bunch of a broom is what sweeps a room, not one. And an umbrella covers us all and ensures that we're well protected under the umbrella. That umbrella, the FCT minister has embodied through the instrumentality of Mr. President, has ensured that we're all covered under a large, very huge umbrella. Team spirit, collaboration, shared dream and values, stakeholders, communities and residents. His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, is a single-minded man, and with that, it means that all those who work with him have to be hard-working team players. In all of this, His Excellency FCT Minister embodies Mr. President's mantra and belief: together we are stronger. As he powers through project after project in the FCT, indeed, together we are stronger. Let's now welcome the man who continuously puts Mr. President first in everything he does and ensures that he does the projects according to plan. Please give a round of applause to the man who continues to call on Mr. President's support and that of the national.
Our leader, Tinubu, we dey say thank you. Our leader,
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably presented by the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON, the Chairman, Senate Committee on the FCT, Senator Bomai, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Area Council on Auxiliary Matters, Senator Jinkuta, the Chairman of EFCC, ably represented by the Secretary of the Commission, the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, former governors of Abia, Benue, and Enugu State, the single senators that are here, and House of Representatives members, area council chairmen, our traditional rulers, the management of Levante, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. When the director of programs was talking about umbrella, Mr. President looked at me and said, which of the umbrella? Mr. President, let me assure you, it is not that umbrella that I'm talking about. So that you don't lose giving us support. So I just felt I should reassure you, my Honorable Minister of State. Mr. President, let me, of course, thank you again. Today is the 13th day. We have been commissioning projects since we started on the 10th of June. Mr. Speaker, let me also personally thank you that on 17th of June, you presented Mr. President by commissioning the Mabuchi bus to taxi terminal. Last week, Friday, you also represented Mr. President to commission the Kabusa-Keti road. Today, being Monday, you have come to represent Mr. President in commissioning the access road in Giri. We want to say sincerely thank you for all your support, you could have as well to find one excuse or the other. But each time we beckon on you, you're always there to support us. Thank you very much. Let me also use that to extend that the House Committee of the Senate and the House of Representatives, through their chairman, and the area councils, through their chairman, thank the National Assembly for the support we have received, because I know this particular road, it has to go through supplementary budget. When we knew the importance that, look, if we don't do it now, it will be a problem for us. And this Giri district, of course, has to be developed like other districts. What we have done is, now having created this access road, we have told the Executive Secretary of FCD and other relevant agencies to start working out details of how we're going to do the roads within the district. So you can be assured that maybe next 1 year, it will be a different thing. This district, like the Executive Secretary has said, which to have most institutions like the university, like the EFCC Academy, and other institutions that are supposed to be here. And this road has helped us to stop the land grabbing by the university. The university, on their own, grabbed 11,000 hectares. I said that will not happen. No document, nothing. Just all you see them fenced everywhere. And before you know it, they were going to sell our land. So I've told the Director of Lands and the other relevant agencies to carve out 4,000 hectares and give to the university. The other ones to be allocated because we are going to provide the roads here. And that is the true situation. We cannot allow people. You just wake up in the morning, all you see is just fence, start going. No document, nothing. That is not the way we are supposed to work. So, Mr. President, this will be an important district that will attract so many investors. Of course, coming in here, you can see how beautiful it looks. If the National Assembly want to have their own institution, we are ready to partner with you to give National Assembly so that the budget can be approved as easily as possible. You know, we are ready to do that. Let me thank the company. Initially, I was skeptical. Until when I went to commission the water park. There you have Sunrise. What I saw there was something else. And the internal roads they did. So I was convinced that, well, I think they can also do road. So when we agreed, and I said, can you finish this road so that we include it in the ceremonies of the Mr. President second anniversary? They said yes. I visited this place at least not less than 6 times. Each time I'm coming from the airport or from the city, I must make sure that, and they did quality job and finished it on time. I want to commend the management and staff of the Vantry for keeping to the promise you made. And that again, I assured us that yes, we can continue to partner together for us to see that Abuja develops to the level that it's supposed to be. Mr. President, today is not a long speech day, but just for you to talk to the people in Giri and then inaugurate this road. Well, EFCC will be the first beneficiary. Like the chairman said, they will start the academy immediately. They will start the academy immediately because now they have access road that they can move in their equipment and develop this. And once this comes, you see that other people will also move in and develop their own areas. Most of the problem we're having here is that sometimes when you allocate land, there are no facilities, no infrastructure, and people are not encouraged. So we'll do everything we can to see that basic infrastructure is being provided. Mr. President, on that note, I invite you to inaugurate this access roads in Giri district. Thank you, and God bless you.
Please, you may sit down. Thank you. The chairman of Senate committees on Federal Capital Territory and the Federal Capital Territory Area Councils, our dear brother, the Right Honorable Minister of FCT, Right Honorable Ezenwo Nyesom-Wike, CON, Mr. Project, the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, all current and former members of the National Assembly here present, members of the Federal Executive Council here present, the Executive Chairman of EFCC, Mr. Olakoyede, ably represented by his Secretary, Mr. Mohammed Ahmad-Joda, former state governors, and I'm proud to say, two out of the three, I can comfortably say were former members of the House of Representatives, the governors of Enugu, the governor of Benue, and the governor of Abia. You are most welcome. The Chief of Staff to the Honorable Minister of FCT, all senior special assistants to the Honorable Minister of FCT, all area council chairmen here present, elder statements notably coming from Rivers and other states present here, traditional rulers, the managing director of Levant Construction Company and his wonderful team, Mr. Ele Tonois, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, honorable colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the speech I'm about to read is a speech of Mr. President, who is unavoidably absent from this occasion, but his heart is fully here with us. He traveled to an overseas country to get businesses and improve our economy. So today I stand before you, not only to commission a road, but also to express a deep and heartfelt appreciation to the FCT Minister, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom-Wike, a man whose quiet diligence and visionary leadership have continued to transform the landscape of the Federal Capital Territory. Honorable Minister, the roads we commission here today in Giri District are more than access ways. They are bridges of inclusion, signals of recognition, instruments of national unity. They remind us that development must treat the outskirts just as it touches the center. Your work speaks for itself. In every corner of the FCT, from the fast-paced districts of Maitama, Jahi, Katampe, Wuye, Mabushi, and the likes, to the satellite towns of Gwagwalada, Kwali, Buari, and Abaji, and growing districts such as Kabusa, Keti, Shereti, and Nagiri. Your leadership has brought progress closer to the people. Thank you very much. You have not only embraced the visions of my administration's renewed hope agenda, you have localized it, made it visible, and made it real. Your actions have brought quality and excellence to the doorsteps of communities long left in the shadows. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these newly constructed access roads are not just infrastructural achievements, they are statements of intent, the intention to open up Giri district and the FCT. They show that under this administration, no community is too small, area too distant, citizen too insignificant to benefit from the dividends of democracy. Honorable Minister, on behalf of myself, my administration, and the good people of the FCT, I say thank you to you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for acting. Thank you for reminding us that good governance is not about fanfare, but about footsteps, the kind that now travel easily on these new roads. To the contractors, the engineers, the laborers, the community leaders who supported this process, you have all played a part in building not just roads, but trust between the government and its people. Thank you very much. And to the residents of Giri, I say, may these roads lead you to greater opportunities. May they carry your children to school, farmers to markets, families to healthcare, and dreams to reality. As your president, I'm proud of what we celebrate here today, and even more committed to see more of such milestones replicated across the nation. Honorable Minister, continue to shine your light. Nigeria sees it, and history will record it. It is now my honor to commission the newly constructed access roads to Giri districts to the glory of God and service to humanity. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Capital Territory. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all. Access roads in Giri District, Abuja, officially commissioned by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, today, Monday, 30 June 2025.
National anthem.
I'm proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Fubara, our governor. We get our leader. We get Fubara, our governor.
Television, you've been watching our live coverage of the commissioning of the new access road in Giri district in the nation's capital. Please stay tuned as we return to our other programming for the day.
You've been watching a live Channels television event.
It is unwise for the DRC to replace China's dominance with the U.S. dominance. The prudent thing to do to mitigate risk is to diversify interest and investment in the country.
All right, so could the U.S.'s transactional approach, exchanging peace for resource concessions, could that undermine, its credibility as a neutral mediator here?
Daddy, this is a very, very important question. And I want to crave the indulgence of your viewers before I answer. To go and look at my podcast, Geopolitics with Abudi, episode 2, which had to do with what Africa can expect from the Donald Trump presidency. Now, for U.S. politicians, be it Republican and Democrat, they are predisposed to surrendering resources for the global dominance of the USA. But for Donald Trump, he doesn't see, he sees global dominance in monetary terms. That is why he has cut fundings to international institutions. And then we are now seeing that in Africa, U.S. ambassadors in Africa will be judged by how many deals they can sign for the USA in what we term commercial diplomacy. So for the U.S., it's no longer interested in being a neutral mediator. The U.S. is only a neutral mediator to the extent that its geopolitical interests and economic interests are protected.
So, definitely we've seen a very dramatic first half, of 2025. I know you're always keeping tabs with what's happening with geopolitics. What are you seeing for the second half of 2025? Is it going to be the same thing where we've been seeing so far when it comes to geopolitics?
Well, we are going to see, let me start with West Africa. As I always said, I've always maintained in my podcast, Africa is going to play a very, 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 very important role. So because we are now where there's a scramble for the resources of Africa, which is likely going to intensify as the US-China economic competition continues to intensify. We are going to see it trickle down to China. For example, this deal that we've seen that US have signed with DRC, the US have an interest in making sure that African countries do not fall into the geopolitical sphere of China, US, and Russia in order for it to gain geopolitical advantage over it. So that's what we are going to be seeing in the next 6 months. We are going to see more intensification of great power politics in Africa.
Right, and you did mention the scramble there for Africa. So talk to me, how can Africa, profit from all that's playing out, so far? So we don't see the resource curse, continuing at this point.
Well, to answer that, Africa needs to, we need to also move from, because when it comes to Africa, what they normally see is extraction. So for Africa to profit, we need to first of all try and start moving from production to packaging to make sure that we are not just we're improving our own value in the value chain, to make sure that we're also producing and also competing in the international market. That is the only way that our currency the standing of Africa will improve, and our currency, value of our currency will also improve and give us a geopolitical strength in the global affairs.
Right, we do need that strength right now. But thank you so much for helping us unpack this. And also, Abubakar Al-Hassan is a geopolitical and intelligence analyst. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Ladi.
All right, let's get a check on what's playing out in the markets. That's after this break. Do stay with us.
We live in an era of massive innovation, true ideas that impact every industry and society, cutting-edge technology that gives you a glimpse of the future, intuitive minds that meet the demand of a revolution of talent. The future of enterprise lies in the digital world. It's full of questions and yet solutions. Join us on Tech Trends as we bring you the finest blend of technology and the latest happenings in the tech space. Tech Trends, the tech edge you need. Breaking news.
Again with the latest Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Developing stories. And the conversations that matter.
We see an increase because of the economic pressure on them. The people are paying more for crossing borders irregularly.
Get a glimpse of the world around you on The World Today. Weekdays at this time.
All right, let's head straight to the markets now. We have Anita Edet with the details at this point of what's playing out with most of the markets that we track. Great to have you, Anita. So first half, 2025, that's winding down. June, winding down. Second quarter of 2025, winding down, at this point. And, definitely trades have been made. Some investors have made money, some have not. But what are you seeing for these markets so far?
Well, Ladi, before this month began, we were talking about the month of May being the best so far for the first 5 months.
Right.
But now, lo and behold, we're at the end of the 6th month, and I can tell you that authoritatively that it is so far the best month within the first half of the year. 7.4%.
That's for June.
That's for the month of June.
So June is beating May.
June is actually outpacing May.
Right.
And then bringing that has actually made the year-to-date gain to surge to about 16.6%. Just last week, the market gained over 2 trillion naira.
All right. So in May, investors did not sell in May and go away. Then for June, they didn't prune.
They didn't prune in June.
They didn't prune in June.
As a matter of fact, that's when the market benchmark index, if we can have that on the screen first, jumped all the way from 100,000 points, which we had said. Back end, we talked about the market maybe hitting 120, and of course, in line with that, our expectation, it did cross into the 120,000 points.
Right.
And as of last week, the tail end of Friday, we saw that well, it was a 2-day consecutive profit taking there, which the market's benchmark index receded to about 119,000. But at intraday, take a look at the number. It's back at the 120,000
level.
Just a few hours from now.
But just a quick one now. We're seeing the stock market is doing incredibly well. The all-share index is on price discovery.
Exactly.
At this point, hitting new highs. Investors are making money, at this point. And I'm sure some people will be watching us right now, the average guy on the street, and looking at this now and seeing that some people are making money and he's not invested, he's not made any money from this, and he's feeling the pinch of inflation and currency devaluation and all of that. But we see the stock market rallying, but not in the pockets of the people.
Well, I think it's time for newbie investors to just come into the market, because this is where most of the money, if you're putting your money, I mentioned just back end there that I was surprised that the price of Presco had climbed to about 1,000 naira per share. Once upon a time, it was the likes of Nestle, Seplat, and maybe one of the other listed equities that were in the $1,000 naira per share pricing. But
so we have
Presco has joined
that,
and this is just a reflection of all the price increases from the equities. As this is a gauge of all the equities that are listed on the NGX. So this is more like the benchmark indicator showing you that it's a very strong performance.
The barometer of the economy.
Barometer of the economy. So if you don't know where to put, and it's an easy way to make your money. So you just put your money there. It's not like the Ponzi scheme that you'll be, you'll be cheated out of your money. You will put your money here. Just watch, consult your stockbroker, and consult the market.
Consult, do your own research before jumping in.
And then take advantage of the milestone gains, because I'm going to say that I expect that today is the final day of June. But starting from July down to the 31st of December, I'm seeing that this market is likely to climb above this number into most likely 150,000.
150. All right, you heard it here first. Anita's crystal ball says 150 might be in the works at this point. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Ladi, let's talk more about the other markets. Right, so I'm just so excited about talking about the Nigeria stock market, which is just on its pace to still becoming it has been maintaining that status as one of the world's best performing stock market. You just got to, charity begins at home, so you got to give it to your home. But let's talk about the Johannesburg Stock Exchange All-Share Index. It was also up at intraday 0.74%. This is as the markets are all counting down to the final trading minutes, a few minutes, or maybe just about an hour. That's for markets on the African continent. So 96,572.81. So Johannesburg Stock Exchange All-Share Index is just following Nigeria's All-Share Index closely, trying to get to that 100,000 index level. But let's see how the other markets, the other two markets that we track. For intraday, well, the only laggard there was the Egyptian Stock Exchange All-Share Index, EGX30, down by a tad, 0.01%, but this is just at about over an hour ago. While for the close of Friday's trading session, we saw Nairobi Stock Exchange closing Friday in the green, 1.71%, and then that market will be open later today for trading. So that's a wrap for the market. Okay, now let's talk about the financial markets, but this time we're looking at the forex market and as well as some the debts, Nigeria's debts. Last week, we saw reports from the Debt Management Office that said that Nigeria's debt profile has climbed up to about 149 trillion naira, which is as at the end of the first quarter of this year. That was the latest report released over the weekend from the Debt Management Office. And at the same time, we also see that the country's forex reserve, that's the country's external buffer against when the central bank wants to intervene in the forex market and do some other payments. The forex level has declined to about $37.41 billion. This is as at June the 25th, marking the 6th consecutive decline in the week. So we get a feel of why this is happening so far, because there was no intervention from the central bank last week. So now let's bring in Akpewa Oputu, chief dealer with Lotus Bank, to give us insight into these two factors as well as the intraday numbers. Thank you for joining us, Akpewa.
Thank you for having me on the program today.
Okay, so now let's talk about the FX market first. The FX market is wrapping up. Last week we saw that decline, as well as the financial, the trading from the forex markets. Can you give us a sense of what's happening at the market, or what happened last week?
Okay, so if you have been following the country's FX reserve, you will notice that week on week we've seen about $293 million decline from where it was last week and where it is today, as at the recent data published. What we noticed in the market was that the CBN came into the market and they were able to redeem most of the FX forwards that were outstanding before the current administration. So we have these backlogs, and the investigation by the central bank was ongoing to see whether these forwards were actually genuine, and they've gotten out some of the results out. So they were able to pay about $283 million out to the various banks that had some of these forwards outstanding, and that's why you see a decline in the FX reserve. But when we look at the market, the current trading on the FX, we've seen the rates actually drop week on week. We've seen Naira appreciate from where we were last week to where we're currently trading, around 1,530 Naira to the dollar, coming from 1,545 where we were last week. So we've seen improvement in the FX market.
Okay, so now when you talk about the improvements in the FX markets, should we expect that as we cross over into a new week, that would be seeing some improvement for the Naira as well as the dollar reserves level and for transactions within the Forex markets?
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of internationals come into the market. They're actually playing in our market. We've seen the rates in the fixed income security actually at high levels, at 20% levels. So we have these internationals coming to the market willing to offload their FX at these levels. The market is very transparent now. There's a lot of FX liquidity in the market. So you see the fact that you can actually come into the market where you have willing buyers, willing sellers able to sell this fund, it gives the international community a lot of confidence in the market. So we see them bringing these inflows into the market and converting their funds to Naira liquidity where they can buy fixed income securities. Africa has one of the highest interest rates, paying as high as 20% on your OMO maturities and the NTB bills. So we've seen them play a lot in that market. We'll continue to see these rates actually decline. I think it's very good for the federal government because most of our external reserves, about 48 billion of our external reserves, if we choose now to unwind some of those positions, we can actually source for this FX at a